Hello, fellow comic book lovers, collectors, and aficionados. Vin Crew here with, well, it's not a bitch. It's an updated comic or man cave, comic room or man cave tour. I wanted to do this. I've had a couple of people, three people ask me to do an updated one. And as well as I like to do this in a way to catalog my books and show it on film in case, God forbid, something were to ever happen to my collection. Not only that, but I've also seen some other people do their man cave lately, so that kind of got me juiced and pumped too a little bit. And hey, if anybody else wants to do one of these, I'd throw down the gauntlet. But yeah, let's get started here. This is my Marvel wall here. And what I do, I've done this since, what, 2012? I've laid this room out pretty much this way. This is those clothes drying racks. I think Archangel or somebody did a video on how to do this, but I was doing this about 4 years ago. And, in what I use up here, about the one thing I do that's different than him is, don't think you can tell, is that you can see here that I barely make it tall enough that it catches, the top catches behind that, so the comics won't fall back. I hope that makes sense. And then the top one where comics do tend to fall back, I don't try to use fish line. I've learned that can kind of dig into things. This is actually tomato tie. It's a little more forgiving, and yet it holds. They use it to hold up tomato plants, so you can get it at any hardware store, that sort of a thing. But let's get started here. Here's Venom. What if Venom possessed Deadpool? As far as the what ifs, I own a full series 1 and 2 and most of the single issues. Amazing Spider-Man 36, the 9/11 tribute. There's the Ultimate Spider-Man #1, Spectacular Spider-Man #1, and Web of Spider-Man. I apologize if this gets a little wavy or whatever. I'm doing this by hand. But as far as I do own a full series 2 Spider-Man, I own a full series of Ultimate Spider-Man, full series of Spectacular Web of Spider-Man also. And now there's Amazing Spider-Man 300, 238, 129, 222, 221, 101, 150, first Shocker, first Rhino, first Harry Osborn, first Mysterio, first Molten Man. As far as my Amazing Spider-Mans, I have everything from 41 on, excuse me. And I need 28 or 29 issues to finish that series 1. Here's Secret Wars #8. I do own a complete series 1 and 2 of that. There is several Marvel Spotlights. There's first Spider-Woman, first Werewolf by Night, first Ghost Rider, and I do own that entire Marvel Spotlight series. There is Moon Knight, first Moon Knight, Werewolf by Night 32, Ghost Rider #1. I do own that full Werewolf by Night series, and I do own a complete Ghost Rider Volume 1. Marvel Team Up #1, I do own that complete series. Tomb of Dracula, there's #10, first Blade, and #1. I'm missing 6 issues to finish that series. Daredevil, there's #1, #4, #7, first Bullseye, first Frank Miller, first Elektra. As far as Daredevil, I'm missing 3. I need 2, 3, and 5 to finish that series. All right, Fantastic Four. There's Rama Tut, there's first Inhumans, first Galactus and Silver Surfer, first Black Panther, #53, first Annihilus and Franklin Richards. As far as the Fantastic Four, I own everything from 51 on. I need like 30 some of those. I do need quite a bit of that. NYX3, first X-23. Is there a hotter book right now? New Mutants 87, first Cable, first Deadpool. As far as NYX and New Mutants, I do own a complete series 1 of those. Wolverine, #1 of his miniseries. I own his miniseries. I own series 2, 3, and 4. No, 2, 3 complete. 2 and 3 are complete. Uncanny X-Men, there's Gambit. Well, actually, let's go up here real quick. Sorry to do that. There's first King Cole, Creatures on the Loose 10, first Conan, first Deathlock the Destroyer, Strange Tales 126. Now we'll come back down here. Sorry, I had to do that for a reason here. There's first Gambit 129, first Alpha Flight, first Dark Phoenix, Death of Thunderbird, number 94, Giant Size X-Men 1. First Polaris, first Banshee, first Mimic, first Juggernaut, X-Men 5 and 4. I do own everything from 25 on of X-Men, and I need, oh my god, I want to say 10 more to finish that run, something like that. Amazing Adventures number 11, I think that is. Yeah, first Fury Beast, I do own that full series. What If number 1, Transformer 80, Star Wars 107, and G.I. Joe 155. Those are all the last issues. I do own a full series of G.I. Joe. I'm pretty darn close to Star Wars. Transformers, I'm a ways off. There's the G.I. Joe Special. Marvel Premiere, first Warlock. I do own that full series. I do own the first full series of Marvel Superheroes. There's the first Guardians. First Captain Marvel. There's Miss Marvel number 1. I do own that full series. Avengers, there's number 8, is that? Kang, number 9, Wonder Man. There's 16, first Ultron, first Vision, first Valkyrie. There's the Neil Adams 93. I just love that cover. A couple of Thanos books. First Rogue. As far as Avengers, I own everything from 7 on, so I need 1 through 6. Good luck, Mike, huh? First Shang-Chi, pretty close to finishing all of Master of Kung Fu. Luke Cage, Hero for Hire, I've got that full series. Marvel Premiere, I do own all of Marvel Premiere. There's the first Iron Fist, there's Iron Fist number 1 and 14. I do own that full series. Some Silver Surfer Volume 1. I do own all of Volume 1, 2, and 3 of Silver Surfer. There's the Giant Size Fantastic Four, Shield number 1, Thor 126. I do own a complete Series 1 and 2 of Thor. There's first Hercules, first Destroyer, first Absorbing Man, first Mr. Hyde, first, oh my gosh, Foster. Oh my God, I'm just drawing a blank. I'm so sorry. Journey of Mystery 83, Jane Foster, and second Thor altogether. First Spider-Man prototype. There's Demon in a Bottle. Iron Man 55, Iron Man 1. I do own a complete Volume 1 and 2 of Iron Man. First Sharon Carter and Batroc. First Hawkeye. First Black Widow. First Falcon. Cap 100. I do own a complete Series 1 through 5 of Captain America. Hulk 181. The best $1.50 I ever spent. $3.40, and that does have a value stamp and tacked on it still. $3.40. First Rocket Raccoon 102. I do own a complete Series 2 and 3 of Hulk. First Giant Man, first Leader, first time Hulk shows up in the Tales to Astonish. Love my Defenders, probably my favorite team, at least on Marvel. There's number 10. I do own a complete Defenders. There's Marvel Feature. I do own that complete series. Submariner 34, First Titans 3, Submariner number 1. I need 2 issues to finish Submariner. It's like 23 and 26 or something like that. That's that team up one shot. There's first Doctor Strange and first Shield. And here is how I store my Marvel books. Let's see. It's 2 rows there, 2 rows down, and then it's 17 boxes across. So what is that, 68? And there's a few short boxes down there. So, and none of these are doubles. These are all singles. And then people wonder how I catalog my stuff. Here's, for an example, here's the Avengers some of the Avengers stuff that I have, Mighty Avengers. And all these tabs right here, these are all variants. So, and there's Mighty Avengers. There's, boy, it's hard to do this. Uncanny Avengers, Dark Avengers. I do own complete series of all of these. Avengers Initiative, that sort of stuff. So, all right. And here is, speaking of doubles, well, actually we'll do this here. This is my, some of my action figures. I don't own very many action figures. I just don't know anything about action figures. I don't have the room to store them. But there's some cells over there. They're not an original or anything, but I got them in collections. And Spider, and then this one's kind of cool. This is my Spawn Lotus, and I've shown this a couple of times, but as you can see, this is encapsulated by a clam. They call this the Lotus, but it has a VHS tape in there. And then, but what's most important is this little ash can that my thumb is in front of. This is the Crusade ash can, and what's interesting about that is that it was printed before Malibu Sun 13, but it was released. McFarlane wouldn't let him release it until after Malibu 13. So a little controversy on which came first right there. But here's my double stuff. These are over 30 long boxes of doubles. It goes 4 back. And here's just some of the stuff that I've got up for trade. Here's some Adam Hughes Catwoman. Here's the Recall Action Comics beer can. For Vixen. Just some of the stuff. And this is some of the stuff that, oops, sorry. Never an easy way to do this. But these 3 short boxes right here is all stuff I need to bag and board. So that's quite a bit right there, but it's nothing really key or anything like that. They're just filler issues that I've had forever, and as I get bagged slowly and surely, I end up bagging some of them. All right, now we'll maybe go over here to, this is my resource wall right here. On occasion, I'll pick up these resource books. I especially love the DK books. Those are really interesting to me. This is some of my Fireside books right here. I love Fireside books. Seen people show them on occasion. That's the origin of Marvel Comics. That's the first one. Bring on the Bad Guys. I do own almost every single Fireside book. There were a dozen of them. That one, the Marvel, that one, the superheroines, and the Silver Surfer are about the big ones. So, and here is what I would call, this is kind of new, this I just added, this is what I would call some of my more variants, that sort of a thing. That's DuckTales #1, San Diego Comic-Con. That thing is stupidly expensive. Spawn #1, Mocha. Spawn 150 Sketch. Witchblade 100 Turner cover, limited to 250. That's a Turner signature on that G.I. Joe right there. There's the Adventures DC 75th. There's Man of Steel 5th print. That's my other Action Comics Recall. Batman and Robin #10. Recall, that's the Frank Quitely variant. Batman 608 2nd print and 612. Salvation Run, Joker Bloody Hands, the Green Lantern, Batman is Green Lantern, I can't remember what issue 9 I think that is. Hulk, 3rd print, 377. We'll come back to that other half in a minute here. These 4 boxes here are my magazines. I'll try to turn this here. Let's try to go over some of these. All right, what do we got here? Ghost Rider. Oh, Spectacular Spider-Man. This is these are the, people don't realize that there's 2 different versions of this. There's a 35 cent and I think 40 cent book. And then
This, I just love that cover. Oh my God, that's a gorgeous one. If Costin Bromstar, are you watching this? I know you love these books too. Here's some Hulk stuff, Rampaging Hulk. Captain Britain from the UK. Eerie. Archie Comics. DC graphic novels, and I got 3 other boxes full of that stuff. No doubles, so I do enjoy that kind of stuff there too. Moving over here, we'll try to get a wide view here. This is some of my DC stuff. What was that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 8 long, 2 deep, and then a few more on the bottom there. And then here is my DCs over here. The rest of my DCs there's 24 there, and then there's another 4 there. All right. And here's the rest of those variant ones. There's some Deadpool, one per store variants. That's the 3D Deadpool. M&M variant, that's the Pressman. That is the very hardest Pressman to find if you're a Pressman collector. That Uncanny, there's limited to 500. Gambit and Venom Gold, Captain Marvel second print, the Del Otto Avengers Assemble 10, Wolverine Third Claw, Wolverine Canadian Flag, and my Adam Hughes Supergirl, Legion of Superheroes. All right, and then we'll move on to here's kind of my DC stuff here. We'll kind of pan it real quick for you here. Oh, sorry about that glare, guys. We'll come over to, and we'll just start over here now. Sorry to keep shifting around, but here's Teen Titans number 2, first Deathstroke, Teen Titans number 1. I do own Teen Titans first series and New Teen Titans and a bunch of the other Titan series complete. First Chronos. That Shazam number 1 is a double cover, and there's first Livewire, first Mon-El, first Power Girl, that beautiful Neil Adams 233, one of my favorite covers of all time. First Phantom Zone, some Bizarro stuff. Love Legion of Superheroes. Between that and Justice League, those are my favorite DC teams. That's the second appearance of the Legion of Superheroes. 3, that's the origin of Luthor. That's Adventures 300, 316. There's a few more early. That's like the 4th and 5th, and I can't. This is 276 and 265, I want to say. Another Bizarro. There's first Darkseid, first Clock King. First time Luthor and Joker team up. Neil Adams. That's the Brave and the Bold. Second appearance of the Teen Titans. I need the first appearance. For Brave and the Bold, I own everything from 86 on until it ends. So first Beast Boy down there. There's first Batgirl. First Mad Bat, Laughing Fish. The Jock cover, Detective number 1. For Detective, I own everything from like 457 on. Batman, one, that's a Silver Age Penguin, Silver Age Riddler, first Poison Ivy, first Silver Age Scarecrow, 227, first Roz, first, boy, I can't get rid of this glare, sorry. First Silver Age Two-Face, first Silver Age Joker. For Batman, I own everything from 168 until it ends. There's Batman number 1, Return of the Dark Knight, Vengeance of Bane, Joker, the miniseries. I do own that full series. Mad Love, Harley Quinn, the Alex Ross. There's Batman Adventures 12, Almost Got Him. Joker, The Killing Joke, excuse me. That's a first print. Birds of Prey number 8. That's the 4 Flash series books. There's Superman 199, Flash 175, and then or 499, I think that is. and then 199 on World's Finest, and then number 1 on DC Comics Presents. There's Justice League number 2 and 3. There's 6, 9. For DC Comics Presents, sorry, I need to go back there. I do own that complete series. But there's first Felix Faust. Adam joins a team, 21 and 22, 29. For Justice League, I own everything from 2 on. I just need issue number 1 to finish that series. Green Lantern number 5, first Hector Hammond, second Sinestro number 9, first Star Sapphire, first Neil Adams and Denny O'Neil team up. The Drug issue, first John Stewart, first Hal Gordon, or Guy Gardner. God. And for Green Arrow, I own everything from 14 on, and I need 9 left to finish that run. Flash 129, Flash 137, first Reverse Flash, first Heat Wave, first Rogues Gallery, first Black Manta. Don't own a lot of Aquaman. A few showcases, Hawk and Dove, Metamorpho, first Animal Man, first Huntress, first Silver Age Catwoman, 106 on Lois Lane, Mystery in Space, number 75. That's a killer book. Swamp Thing, number 1. This is my Kirby homage here. Commandy, number 1. There's Sandman, number 1. I would love to get a purple variant of that. Mr. Miracle, Demon, Forever People, New Gods, Preacher, number 1. Ghosts, number 1. These 2 horror books are stupidly hard to find. First Dead Man, first New Teen Titans, first Super Friends, first Zatanna, first Eclipso, Why the Last Man, number 1. Here's some more Marvel stuff. Champions, number 1. I do own that full series. Marvel 2-in-1, I do own that full series. Fear, number 10, first Howard the Duck, I do own that full series. Amazing Adventures, I do own that full series. Invaders, number 1, I own that full series. Stormwatch, number 4, there's NYX, number 4. 30 Days of Night, number 1, first print. Saga, number 1, first print. Thunder Agents, number 1. Mr. Miracle, number 15, Death of Kid Miracle Man. That's my Elseworlds 80-page recall. And League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, number 5, recall, the Marvel douche. That they claim is limited to 200 books, I think. So, all right. And then here is my independent stuff here. I carry everything that's not DC or Marvel goes into these boxes here. And here is my independent wall here. We'll just kind of see if I can get up. There we go. All right. Close up here, we've got first Madman, Creatures of the Id. Evil Ernie, number 1. First Lady Death and Evil Ernie. First Crow. Curse of Pirate Girl, number 1. Witchblade, number 1. Hellboy in X-Men 21. Scud 1. Malibu Sun. First Spawn. First Grendel and Primer 2 and Grendel 1. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, number 1, second print. And then 2 and 3, first prints. Peter Panzerfaust. Flaming Carrot, Underdog, all those are number 1. Conga, number 1. Goon, number 1. That is not the Avatar, it's Albatross. Still a tough book to find. Elf Quest, first Elf Quest. Men in Black. First Space Ghost. First Harbinger. Early Savage Dragon. Megaton 4, is that, I think. Tick, number 1. Primer, number 5. First Max. And Rachel Rising, number 1. And my some of my treasuries. I own over 60 treasuries. Here's Superman versus Muhammad Ali, Superman and Spider-Man. That's the collected Batman of Ra's al Ghul.
Batman versus Hulk. That's another Flash Superman race. Here's some few of my magazines. Warrior, Savage Tales, that's First Man Thing, American Splendor, and I, Lucifer. In all, I've got another dozen boxes or so that I pulled out of my room just so I could shoot a little bit easier in here. But I have about 180 some long boxes now. So it's getting worse and worse. But this is my comic collection here. And, I just thank you guys for taking this tour with me here. And, if you have any questions, or once again, I kind of throw down the gauntlet. If anybody else, I love watching people's comic book tour rooms. And if you want to go ahead and do one yourself, I would love to see one. So this has been Crew saying thank you so much and signing off.